So what's up, Ethan?
Nothing much. What's up with you, Darius?
Well, remember the other day when we were skating on that bench?
Yeah, that was so much fun.
It got me thinking, a bench really isn't always a place to rest.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot about benches that day too.
Raise your hand if you're a skater.
And raise your hand if you've never tried skateboarding before.
Cool. Well, whether you're a skater or not, a bench, like this one here, can be anything if you change your perspective on it. If you ask anyone on the street what they think of when they see a bench, the majority of people will say a place to sit. But if you ask a skater, they will most likely say a place to skate. Skaters express themselves by doing tricks on everything, just like benches, with their own individual and creative style. Ethan and I have interviewed some professional skaters, and here's what they have told us.
Eric Ellington sees a bench as something fun. He loves the feeling of being able to roll out his front door and find obstacles to skate in his neighborhood.
Scotty Kopelman sees a bench as a piece of architecture, waiting to be explored.
And pro skater Shane Hale said that first he would look at the bench, see if it had been skated before, check out how high or low it is, and then he would attack it in whatever way he imagined in his mind.
So now we know how a skater sees a bench, and it's a little different from what most people see. When we see a bench, we see tricks with cool names like dark slide, willy grind, or crooked grind. In other words, a skater sees a bench as endless possibilities for creativity and fun. But how are some other ways a skater sees the world around us from a different perspective? And how is skateboarding an intersection of life, art, and science?
Now, to the naked eye, skateboarding may seem to be a group of punks standing on a piece of plywood mounted on roller skate wheels. But it's not. Skateboarding is so much more than that, because skateboarding actually involves science and physics. Take a simple trick like an ollie, for example. An ollie is when you and your board jump up together. Yeah, it may sound simple, but just wait. Here, watch Darius do an ollie off a set of stairs. It's physics and math, really. Now let's slow it down so you can see. The way an ollie works is that you gather speed, or in math terms, velocity, and then your back foot applies downward force on the tail of your board, which creates rotational and upward energy, which will cause the board to fly up and spin backwards. But you don't want that to happen, because the board will hit you in the face. Trust me, that's not fun. So you slide your front foot up to cancel out the rotational energy, so then the only remaining energy is traveling up and forward, which causes the board to jump up and follow your feet. Here, let's watch it again. Doesn't look so simple now, does it? Even I never knew that it was that complicated.
So we can start to see that skateboarding is an intersection of life, art, and science in more than one way. Here's another way. There are millions of skate graphics in the world, and each one is like a painting. The people who create this skate art are just like any other artist, although sadly, their art is not always as appreciated as the art in museums. I get an overwhelming feeling of happiness when I walk into a shop to get a brand new board. I look at all the boards and pick out the one that pops out the most, just like an art collector picks out a painting in a gallery.
So why do we pick the boards we pick? Well, sometimes it's the same as how you decide to buy, say, a cool t-shirt. Our skateboards represent our different styles, our personality, and what shapes and graphics we like. Sometimes I pick a board with a graphic on it that has a story behind it, just like a painting. Sometimes I pick a board designed by a cool artist. And other times I pick a board dedicated to a special cause, like preserving street art or helping the environment.
But skate graphics aren't the only hidden art in skateboarding. It takes tons of concentration and creativity to create just one new trick. Basically, all tricks are combinations of easier, more basic tricks. So the ollie that you saw me do in slow motion is the basic building block for most tricks. Skaters combine an ollie with other flips to create a new, more interesting trick. Creating a trick is kind of like composing a song. If you have a guitar riff, it's good, but if you add drums, a singer, and a bass player, it becomes so much more interesting and complex. And we skaters practice these tricks over and over and over again to get them just right, just like a band or a dancer. And the possible combinations are endless.
Just like benches, skaters and non-skaters see skate parks a little differently. A non-skater may see a skate park as the only place we like to skate, and yet many skaters love skate parks. They're a fun place to practice our art. But in reality, a skate park only allows for certain styles of skateboarding. In fact, there are over 10 different types. Here are a couple. Bowl skaters like riding in big concrete bowls and in empty swimming pools. Downhill skaters, like me, love to bomb steep hills and slide to control our speed, just like a snowboarder. Mega ramp and half-pipe skaters drop in on huge ramps, bigger than this building, and then go off giant jumps. And street skaters, like Darious, enjoy skating on benches and ledges anywhere he can find them. So the art and science of skateboarding doesn't just happen in a skate park.
Here are some facts about skateboarding that you may not know. Skateboarding is now the third largest sport for kids our age, with over 13 million kids on boards. Skateboarding is now the fastest growing sport today, and there are almost as many skaters as there are Little League baseball players. But sadly, there aren't as many skate parks as there are baseball fields, which would be nice. So with so many kids on boards, and all of us looking for new and challenging places to skate, there's bound to be an uncomfortable intersection between the need to practice our sport and the people of our community. We know that skating on benches, stair sets, and ledges causes damage and costs lots of money to repair. We apologize. Maybe we can work together to make this uncomfortable intersection more comfortable and fun for everybody.
So what if we took a bench, like this one up here on the stage, and changed it just a little, and made it out of super strong grade A concrete, like they use in skate parks? And then we worked with our community to locate this new and improved bench into a local neighborhood park or plaza, so we wouldn't need a ride or money to get to a skate park. And then we could skate on this new bench every day without causing damage. And then this bench could be a place to sit, and it could be a place to skate. And we wouldn't have to stop at just a bench. Maybe we could work with our community leaders to build cool skatable objects in new public places that look like pieces of architecture or sculpture in the landscape, like these ones here, for everyone to enjoy.
So when is a bench not a bench? Well, to me, when that bench is a challenge. Here, check out this video. After you watch it, you'll see that those are only some of the tries. It literally took me and Ethan over 100 tries to land this one trick off a bench in his park. But when I landed it, the feeling of triumph was amazing and all worth it in the end. Skateboarding is really an amazing thing when you change your perspective on it. Just about anything can be great if you change the way you think and look at it. So the next time you see a skater, you could think that they're being dangerous and destructive. Or you could think that they're practicing physics, art, having fun, and exercising all at the same time.
As pro skater Shane Hale told us, on a skateboard, you fall on the ground, and then you pick yourself up. And then you fall down again, and then you get up. Skating is all 100% you. You taught yourself the trick, you landed it yourself, and you realize that you can never master skateboarding 100% because the possibilities are endless. So tell me, the next time you see a bench, what will you do?